Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to episode 315 of Film Bastards. My name's Ian Loring, and as always, I am joined by
Becky Foster. Hello, everyone.
Matt Foster. Hello, everybody.
And this week is, after Becky not being with us for our travels last week, it is a Becky Nip week, I think it's fair to say.
It's chapter 2 day! Woo! I've been counting down to this all week at work.
Yes, you have.
The girls I work with think I'm mental.
Fair.
Well, fuck them. It chapter 2. We'll be talking some trailers, probably be talking some news. We got some what we watched and whatnot. So if you're wondering why I'm maybe my voice is a little more chill than usual, it is currently 9:24 in the evening when we're starting the recording. You guys are away this weekend, and I couldn't make tomorrow work. So, this is the dedication that we are spending our Saturday night doing the podcast. To be fair, I wouldn't be doing anything better, but those two would be. They'd probably be in a bar in York drinking.
We'd be in Spa.
There you go.
But we've been looking forward to this, haven't we?
We have,
We're good doing this.
It's chapter 2 day.
It is indeed it's chapter 2 day. Let's get into it, because I've got no idea how long tonight's gonna roll. Actually, it's gonna be interesting. I will say the Patreon. If you're not subscribed to the Patreon, patreon.com/filmbastards, $2 a month, that's all we ask for. You've got over an hour of extra content from last weekend, including Noel and I reviewing Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, and the audio quality is actually good on that. I know it was very mixed in last week's episode, but hey, that's what you get for kind of like on the road recording. Also, we're going to be doing a Rambo retrospective. Becky, if you want to skip that, do feel free.
Woo! Is that you skipping? I'm just looking forward to the Rambo movie.
Thanks. I'm quite looking forward to watching the Rambo movies as well.
Oh, okay. No, fair enough.
What, just because I'm a girl, I can't enjoy...
The WhatsApp messages from you earlier on were giving me the impression that you were not up for it.
I didn't respond to that, did I?
No, that's it. You didn't respond to it.
Oh, well, no, I was overexcited when you were talking about it too. That's what it was.
Hang about.
I never said that.
No. No. Hang about. Where the fuck is it? Where the goodly fuck is it?
I don't think there is anything on the WhatsApp about that.
Where did I talk about Rambo?
Fucking Twitter. I don't
No,
Twitter.
what is it? We talked about it on WhatsApp.
Was it on the boy chat?
Oh, it might have been, actually.
Oh shit, was it just on the boy chat?
Oh my god, you even excluding me because I'm a girl.
Oh shit, that's bad.
You are not woke.
You're the least woke one out of the fucking three of us.
Well, clearly not.
Oh dear, that was yeah. I've been busted there. Yeah, it was on the boy chat. Sorry, Bex.
Yeah. I did wonder when I saw this sudden announcement about a Rambo retrospective come up with a notification from Twitter. I was like, oh, well, that's the thing that's been decided clearly without my consultation.
Hang on, no, there was something you were talking about a hard no earlier on. What the fuck was that?
And fucking Watson.
Yeah, she don't want to watch films of Watson with me.
Fuck that.
Oh, right, okay. I got the chats mixed up. Sorry.
What, the one I was included in and the one I was excluded from?
Correct.
Yeah, okay. Interesting.
It was. You weren't excluded.
I mean, it sounds like I was.
Stop being a dick.
I mean, it feels like I was.
No,
and I could see how you could feel like that.
I mean, just because I've got tits does not mean that I don't like war movies.
Actually, technically none of them set during war.
Peacetime war movies.
No, well, I do feel like a dick, and I like
really
to apologise
I'm
for...
genuinely really offended.
Oh, fuck off, you are.
You deserve that.
No,
So-
I'll just not watch them, and you can do it without me.
I'll just to prove a point.
If you don't want me to play, that's fine.
Not in the slight. I feel really bad now, even though I know you're taking the piss, but I do feel bad because that's awful.
Silly, I'm only joking.
It just, I will say, Mark's love for Rambo overfloweth, and I wouldn't have been surprised if that had made you not like Rambo.
I actually really like the Rambo movies.
Okay. Shit, so
legally you've got to.
I think so, partially.
I'm going to be the Debbie Downer on the Rambo films then, by the sounds of it.
Because they're all amazing.
Okay, fair enough. So we're going to have a Rambo retrospective. We'll do like we did with the X-Men films, where we'll put the review of Rambo: Last Blood in the regular feed, but our thoughts on the other films will be separate on the Patreon. Also, my Bond show, Ian's Guide to Bondage, planning on recording that this week. I've been thinking about another show as well, but it's it's very similar to a topic that the Blank Check podcast are currently doing. So I'm thinking I probably couldn't do it better than them. It's a very good show, by the way, if people don't listen to it. But yeah, and Mark's got something called Taken for Granted.
Yeah, Taken for Granted is a trip down the films of Hugh Grant.
I don't feel like there's enough mileage there.
Well, fuck you, because Hugh Grant's great. He's the treasure that we have taken for granted for too long.
Just putting it out there, if you need to watch that piece of shite trash Christmas movie, I'm not watching it.
I'll be covering Love Actually over the Christmas period, yes.
Oh, you'll be watching that on your own.
That's fine. I've watched 2 weeks' notice on my own. I watched what is it? The only one I might not cover is Bitter Moon.
Why?
Because it's Polanski.
Okay.
But yeah, the rest of mine will cover pretty much all of the...
Are we not out from the artist thing with that yet, no?
I reserve the right to have hypocrisy over the art, separated from the artist.
So on that note, ScarJo, she fucking chucked a firework in there this week.
I mean, it was 3 months since her last one, so she was due it.
Do you reckon she schedules them in her phone?
I do think she literally has swallowed the pill of there's no such thing as bad publicity, and she's gone, well, I'm just going to have shitloads of that then.
Yeah.
It's fucking fascinating what she does, and I love, fair play, because like the film industry obviously really likes her because she keeps getting roles. Like she's getting Oscar buzz for the new Noah Baumbach. She's in the new Taika Waititi. She's doing really, really well for herself, and yet it's
trying to ruin it for herself, though.
Yeah.
She's got this kind of self-destructive thing. Oh, they're making what is she? Black Widow?
Yeah.
Yeah. Black Widow origin story, and then she's got all this shit going on. Nah, fucking dynamite that shit.
Yeah. I do like the fact that she's almost becoming I like Scotty Adams. She has a close working relationship with Woody Allen. So if she chooses to, that's fine. I think there's an element of with the Woody Allen thing, you've got to look at it as personally. I won't watch Woody Allen movies anymore. Personally, it's not a big shit. I don't really get on with
There's literally one Woody Allen movie I like.
That much. But one thing we've got to, when people are throwing out, and I'm glad that cancel culture is starting to become on the decline a little bit now, is whatever your feelings are towards that particular one, it's still not fact.
No.
It's not fact. So it's not. I don't think it's opinion or anything like that, but she is close to her person, and she's. I hate to break it down to something as trivial as she's choosing to pick that side, if you get what I mean. Whereas, for instance, something like the Polanski one is, no, what he did is fact. It's fact. And I have changed my opinion over the years with that. And what I will state, a strong reason for why I've changed my opinion over the years with that is during that time, I've had a 13-year-old daughter.
Yeah.
And looking at that and going, at a 13-year-old and living an entire year raising a 13-year-old child makes you go, right, okay, no, I can't separate that from that.
No.
If other people want to do it, I'm not going to throw criticism at that. That's a fair enough. But I personally can't. But the Woody Allen thing, it is, and I know we've said this previously before about other things, it's difficult because we don't like living in the grey areas, but it is a grey area in terms of it's not absolute in fact.
No.
So I think
it's an odd one in that if he was a director, say it came out something similar about, say, Scorsese, as an example, you'd probably be less inclined to believe it, with it being a grey area.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I think
it's easier to believe it and go, do you know what, I'm just not going to watch Woody Allen films anymore when you don't like him anyway.
Oh, it's easy for me to not watch Woody Allen films because I don't get on with them anyway. I think the whole... Here's an example. Taking the whole culture of this. So, there's another tragic shooting a few weeks ago. There's been several probably since in the States. And straight away it was blamed on computer games and movies again. Right? And the left and the hard left come out and state it's nothing to do with computer games. It's nothing to do with movies. They have no influence on it. It's gun control. It's gun control, which is absolutely true. It is, right? All these movies and games are available in other countries that have strong gun control laws, and these things don't happen. Then the Joker comes out, or the Joker doesn't come out, but there's early screens of it, and then you've got people from the hard left going, oh no, this film might incite people from the right into thinking that it's okay to do this, this, and this. It's like, hang on a minute, wait a minute. You can't have fucking both.
Critical.
It is. And it's why the whole... What is it? The Noel found a thing of the war karate. It's becoming a damaging thing. The snake is eating its fucking tail, unfortunately now, and it's what more balanced people predicted a couple of years ago with it all.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's I do think it's calming down though. That's the thing. It's like like this person is persona non grata thing, I think has been shown to be the just fucking ridiculous bloody thing that it actually is in some senses. But I don't know. It's difficult because with Polanski, he just won the runner-up prize at the Venice Film Festival tonight. Even though like the chair of the fucking jury said she didn't attend like the gala for it because of Polanski, but she still needs to watch the film on its own merits. And that's just that's a fucking conversation. That is it's but I don't know, it's just a lot of people do an awful lot of fucked up things, and can you with film being such a collaborative medium, is it right to completely dismiss a film because of one person? When it's the director, I don't know, maybe, but I mean, like say with Rosemary's Baby, is nobody gonna appreciate Mia Farrow anymore?
Baby's a great film.
There you go. The Usual Suspects is no one going to appreciate.
Yeah.
To be fair, I mean, who have you got left? I know Benicio del Toro, Gabriel Byrne.
Gabriel Byrne and Benicio del Toro, yeah, basically, yeah.
But shit, I mean, didn't Macquarie write The Usual Suspects, or have I got that wrong?
No, he did, yeah.
Yeah, so it's that even though that's a fucking that's quite the confluence of dickheads, isn't it? The Usual Suspects. Wow.
Can you imagine that
Really good film
Can you
though.
imagine that cast reunion?
No, quite, yeah. But I mean, but like you say, Bex, it's a really good film. So
Won't watch LA Confidential with me anymore, will you?
No, it's not nothing to do with space that. I find it a competition quite tough watch, to be honest.
Yeah.
I like it when I'm watching it, but it doesn't. It's not a film that urges me to rewatch it.
I don't know. It just I do feel like people are calming down, but then again, Joker winning the fucking Golden Lion at Venice, which is mental. I mean, I haven't seen Joker, but just the fact that a DC comic book movie just won the fucking Golden Lion at Venice.
Correction: a DC comic book movie directed by Todd Phillips, the director of the Hangover films.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It kind of feels.
I think it's wonderful.
Yeah, it almost feels like Venice is trolling, but that's fucking fascinating. I mean, obviously we'll see it opens in 4 weeks' time. We will have seen Joker. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Apparently the score is incredible as well, and it's like that's yeah. We'll see. So yeah, ScarJo fucking being ScarJo.
Yeah.
I kind of want to say keep on at it, just
because it's fun.
It kind of is, but it's her on the awards season circuit is going to be fucking fascinating. Because you're going to have an awful lot of journalists who have written some fucking shitty things about her having to confront her at like round tables and things like that, and that's gonna be spiky.
I think with what sometimes is missed with Scarlett Johansson is she's always been quite outspoken in general, but I think because of the fact that she's quite a startlingly looking woman, she's a very attractive woman in a certain way. The fact that blonde and is a certain, if you know what I mean, it's often missed the fact she is incredibly intelligent. Like she
says some stupid shit.
She says some stupid shit, but she's a very intelligent. So she's not stupid in what she's saying. She's fully aware of the impact and everything that she's saying. She's thought about it. She just doesn't give a shit.
Fair enough.
And part of that comes with the arrogance of being that intelligent. But the thing is, people have kicked up a fuss and made such a big fucking whoop the dar of this.
A big what?
Whoop the dar.
Whoop the dar.
Yeah, right. Yeah, nobody made the same thing when Natalie Portman came out in support of Roman Polanski.
Different age, though, isn't it?
It's just fucking whacking.
Yeah, but she's a hero to certain people.
Well, yeah.
You know, so I'm just saying that there's a certain level of people do like to pick their battles.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely true. It's the Polanski. I mean, it's just the fact that he won Best Director when all of this stuff was known in the mid noughties. It's not like any revelations have happened since then, and people seemed okay with it then, which I suppose is maybe a bit of a shining light for the last few years as to how this has been actually all of that kind of area has been deemed as more important and very, very wrong.
Yeah. Weirdly, actually, talking about Hugh Grant worked with him, and I saw somebody spoke to Hugh Grant about it about 18 months ago, I think, and they asked him, what his biggest career regret was, thinking that he was obviously going to say, well, getting caught in a taxi with a prostitute wasn't a great idea. Whereas he has the exact opposite. He's like, no, that basically made my fucking career. And his thing was, my big state was, I shouldn't have worked with Polanski. So, in hindsight, I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, it's so fucking it's really, really difficult, but it's like it's whether his films should be getting a platform in the first place, because then if you've got people on a jury who have to watch these films completely objectively, then it wins an award. But should it even be there in the first place? Should he be getting films made in the first place? That's the thing. So I don't think it's necessarily a criticism of the jury, because they are being asked to watch these films absolutely independent of any external thought.
There's a lot more people that work on a film than the director. So,
yeah.
It is. And a lot of the vast majority of people who work on a film can't turn down the opportunity to work on any film.
Yeah.
Because they live paycheck to paycheck. There's only a handful of people who work on any film who go, do you know what, I can pass on this because someone else will come along.
Well, this is the thing. Is weirdly the Blank Check podcast I referenced earlier on. One of the co-hosts on that, Griffin Newman, he's an actor, and he's been getting some shit off Twitter people recently because he was in the Woody Allen film A Rainy Day in New York, which Amazon kind of like pulled from release and whatnot, and people are having a go at him for like choosing to take that role. And he's basically said, yes, okay, it was wrong. I believe he's donated like the money that he earned from it to charity. Actually, I want to look this up because I want to get this right, because it kind of feels like I should. 2 ticks. Fuck, I don't think I'm gonna be able to find it. But yeah, he was getting an awful lot of shit, and it feels really just, this is this is a guy who is trying to make a name for, like, trying to have an acting career. He's not necessarily even trying to make a name for himself. He's just trying to have an acting career. He's basically most known for at the moment being the sidekick to Peter Serafinowicz in the Amazon Tick series. So he gets an offer to do the new Woody Allen film kind of before everything really kicked off, because let's not forget that Timothée Chalamet was in it as well, and he's still getting shit from people about it. And I don't know. I mean, like you say, Mark, it's just like actors are actors and they have to fucking make money like anyone else. And not all actors are like rich as fuck.
It's not even just the actors, though, is it? It's everyone else.
Taking that, but I think there's a myth and an idea that every actor, even every actor that you can kind of recognise from something, that they all have shitloads of fucking money, and the reality probably is it's the same with like musicians and things like that. It's they probably, that's it, they've got paid for that. Then that might have been 2 weeks work for them that they've been paid for, but that might be all they've done for 6 months. It's
quite.
I think you've got the whole thing. Well, the whole of this thing started with the Me Too culture, which was a great thing to happen. Let's not take away from that. And there was a point when it happened where people were saying, well, no, we need to talk about this and work out what's okay or not. And a lot of people were saying, no, now's the time to sit down, shut up and fucking listen. And that was correct. It was the time to sit down, shut up and fucking listen. However, now maybe is the time to sort of go, right, okay, now the dust has settled, what's what now? And we can't have this culture of deciding whose career is fucking over based on sometimes hearsay and conjecture. You're treading in dangerous grounds there, and yeah, some careers have been ruined for people who should have their fucking careers ruined. That have committed crimes and sadly are possibly going to get away with those crimes. But then you've got some people are trying to have their careers finished because of opinions. Not even that bad an opinion either. Opinions that people disagree with, fine, but opinions nevertheless.
Yeah, but then there's some that you think, well, clearly they're over, and then they just keep popping back up.
Yeah, it's like, why the fuck have you got away with that?
Yeah, exactly.
Why the fuck hasn't Rita Ora been done for it?
Well, yeah, poor Zac Efron.
Poor Zac Efron.
To be fair, if I had his body and I was a boy, I wouldn't wear a shirt at any point.
Well, no, but still, if that happened the other way around, if Zac Efron had a ripped open Rita Ora shirt at the MTV Music Awards,
it's different though, isn't it? Fun bags.
I admit it's different. It's still wrong though.
It is wrong.
It is wrong.
Anyway, on to a slightly lighter subject than this.
There's no lighter subject
setting the world to right situation we've had. So, is Vin Diesel in any way involved in the Tomb Raider 2 movie?
Vin Diesel?
Well, yeah, because we were talking just a few weeks ago about how there'd be a market for a sequel to that movie, and it was such a shame that we weren't going to get one. And then now all of a sudden, here we are, and it's been announced.
It has been announced.
It's got a release date.
Maybe he's
an executive producer or something.
Maybe Vin has recommended the podcast to Michael Fassbender.
Possibly.
And obviously he's
told Alicia.
He's told Alicia, and she's gone, hey.
Oh, well, if these guys want it.
These guys will watch it.
I'm well excited.
They've got some swear.
I'm so excited.
There's that, and the fact that it's going to be directed by Ben Wheatley.
And written by his kind of regular creative partner, Amy Jump.
Yeah. And we actually watched, which we'll talk about in what we watched. We watched Free Fire last week, didn't we?
Did we? Which one was that?
Free Fire, the one with Armie Hammer in a fantastic sweater.
Yes. Yes. He's so pretty but so problematic.
I like the fact that Armie Hammer does not give a shit. I like the fact that Armie Hammer, for 6 months, went round liking bondage stuff on Twitter from his Twitter handle, just to see if it'd create news things, and it did.
I once wrote an unsolicited piece for the Dude and a Monkey site called The Sartorial Supremacy of Armie Hammer.
Yeah, I read it. It was beautiful.
Do you think he's just got nothing better to do this time? He's just like, how can I fuck with people today?
But that's literally it, because he's very, very wealthy, and not like actor wealthy. He's old money wealthy. And so he's incredibly tall. He's incredibly handsome.
He is incredibly
handsome. Very, very talented. So I think he just likes just dicking about. He's also very, very intelligent as well.
The thing is, there's a lot of very handsome actors, but Armie Hammer's kind of handsome where if he actually spoke to you, you'd probably just not be able to talk back. Like, you'd probably just go, and then just like turn around and walk away because you'd embarrass yourself.
Yeah, I think all three of us would agree that we would embarrass ourselves immensely if Armie Hammer cracked onto us.
No, not even cracked on, just said hi. I don't even know. I think you'd know what to do with yourself if you said hi to you. Hi, how are you? No.
The thing is, I think he'd make you feel really at ease.
I don't know.
Yeah, that peach.
It'd be like staring into the sun.
Yeah,
you did eat that peach. Can't look at him the same. I don't like that film. Largely for that one scene.
Yeah, that peach.
Peach fuckers. Anyway. But yeah, I feel like looking too long at Armie Hammer would be like staring at the sun. I think you'd go blind. Possibly mad.
Fair enough.
I need to rewatch Call Me By Your Name.
I don't think you do.
Yeah, I do.
No, I don't think you do.
No, I do. I need to fucking not have a wank for like 2 weeks and then just really fucking go at it.
Oh, grim. With a peach, bag of peaches.
I'll just get a punnet.
Is that going to be our code for like an erotic watch of a movie? A punnet watch?
Punnet. Oh, I like that.
Watched Body of Evidence last night. It was the right Punnet watch.
Oh, I watched Paddington 2 last night. Fucking right Punnet watch. Oh my word. Good things come in bears, Bex. Good things come in bears.
That's disgusting, Ian.
No, that was the tagline for
Yogi Bear.
Yogi Bear. Genuinely, it was good things come in bears. And did you not see the poster? I'll find it.
Oh
You know-
shit, you have to find it, Mark.
The little bear and Yogi Bear's behind it.
Yeah, it looks
Yeah.
like raw dogging him.
Stop using that. It's like the fourth time you've used the phrase raw dogging.
I might have told this story on the podcast before, but we put that up in at View, and then a few days later received a note from Warner Brothers saying we are recalling all of the Yogi Bear posters and will replace them the ASAP because Twitter had so much fun with those posters. I just remember the cinema manager telling me we need to take that Yogi Bear poster down, and I was just like, why? Because Warner Brothers have told us to. And it was like, oh shit, all right then. And yeah, good things come in bears.
And it's magnificent.
What is the little bear called that's getting raw
Boo
dogged?
Boo.
Boo Boo.
Boo Boo's getting buggered.
Yeah, it's a bad person. Great things come in bad. Jesus Christ. I mean, they must have caught that. They must have. It must have been like a wink wink.
No.
So time check. It is currently 9:55 and it's trailer time.
Yes, right. What have we got? Ian, Black Christmas. You're a very big Black Christmas fan, aren't you?
I'm a very, very, very big Black Christmas stan. I stan Black
Stan
Christmas,
Black
Mark. I
Yeah,
fucking
so-
stan Black Christmas.
We're also quite big Bloomhouse fans here as well, I think it's fair to say.
Yeah.
We've been on the Bloomhouse train from the very start, I would say.
Yep.
So Black Christmas trailer. It's a Bloomhouse. It's coming out Friday the 13th of December.
Yep.
So why is this such a generic looking fucking trailer?
Well, I like that it's making clear from the off that this is not a remake of Black Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really glad they did that. I mean, yes, you do have the phone call bit, but it's obviously not gonna have any of the Billy stuff.
Oh.
So.
Stuff, Ian.
Sorry.
What stuff was that?
The kind of like the noises that he makes on the phone.
Can you just do the voice again?
Billy!
That sounds like a parrot.
Yeah, okay. It didn't sound like a parrot in the movie. Just that fucking call that he has with Olivia Hussey, where he's like doing all that stuff, and then just right at the end, he just goes, "I'm going to kill you," and then just hangs up. Oh my god, that's fucking. Anyway, yeah, it does look generic, even though I am quite looking forward to the whole just like sorority girls getting together and kicking some ass like aspect towards the end. Well, at least I'm assuming that's what happens because the trailer seems to kind of give the film away.
Yeah.
I mean, what is it? Basically, there's some sort of ritual going on which requires the sacrifice of some college girls, and the college girls aren't gonna fucking have any of it.
Like, no.
Sorry?
They're very much like, no.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I'm up for it. I'm kind of up for it just because I'll rewatch the original and I'll rewatch the remake from the noughties. Just to fucking try and remember what that was like. I remember it being awful.
It is shit.
Yeah, but I'll have some fun with it pre-Christmas. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, this fucker was announced like 3 or 4 months ago,
Yeah.
and has only just been shot, and they're bringing it out in time for December. So you know, we'll see. But I do like the Pooter. I'm a big fan of the Pooter, so we'll see what Imogen Poots can bring to it.
Yeah. That's what I'm looking at going. I can't see Imogen Poots doing a generic horror film.
To be fair, I haven't seen Imogen Poots do an awful lot lately, though, so let's bear that in mind.
She was in something that I watched recently.
I feel like Blumhouse, need to start being a bit careful about their brand. Because didn't they do that Truth or Dare as well? That was generic as fuck.
But
it was literally Blumhouse's Truth or Dare.
Yeah. But they need to be careful because they're not going to be a banner mark for great horror if they keep making generic shit.
No, but they'll get a lot of money, and then money gives them the chance to make stuff like Us and things like that. That's the model. I'm
not dissing them because Blumhouse have done an awful lot for horror in the last however many years, but they have to be careful.
I do like how the Black Christmas trailer has literally taken cues from the Us trailer in the soundtrack as well.
Yeah.
Bad Boys for Life.
Nah, fuck that.
Ian.
I'll watch the fuck out of this in January.
I will watch the fuck out of this in January. I watched it going, literally, they should have gone, right, so I want to get the boys back together. We've been trying to do this for years, because this has been ongoing for, about 5 or 6 years they've been trying to make this movie. It is a little bit like that somebody in a production could have gone, Martin, if we give you an extra $1 million, could you lose some fucking weight? Because you look weird. It's like Will Smith is barely aged, and Martin Lawrence looks like he's had all of the paper rounds.
He does look rough, doesn't he?
He looks like crap. I'll watch the shit out of it in January, though.
You boys can watch that one on your own.
It means I get to rewatch Bad Boys 2 again.
I've never seen Bad Boys or Bad Boys 2.
They're fun films, Bex. I'm sorry, they're fun.
Bad Boys 2 has an amazing shootout scene where you're watching it going, right, okay, this has gone from being vaguely interesting to what the fuck is this shit? This is fucking shit, to the point of where it's then shot back up and gone, this is so shit that it is genius.
I like those films. I'm unapologetic in liking those films, and to be fair, I think Bad Boys 2 is a fucking terrific action film, which goes for 2 hours, then you literally think it's going to stop, and then Michael Bay goes, nah, I'm just going to give you another half hour because fucking I'm Michael Bay, and then he just snorts another line of coke off a stripper's ass.
I like it, yeah. I'm up for that. What else have we got?
I think that might be slander, by the way. But to be fair, I think Michael Bay would probably admit that he snorted coke off a stripper's ass.
I think he'd print the legend. I think he'd go for it even if he hadn't done it. Do you remember that picture promoting Transformers 1 where he stood just like fucking folding his arms like a badass motherfucker? This is the guy whose passion project was Pain and Gain.
I love Pain and Gain. The thing is, I watched Pain and Gain while drinking an entire bottle of Jack Daniels. So I will only ever have good.
It's a good life choice you made there, Ian.
It was on my birthday. I will only ever have good memories of that film.
I like Pain and Gain. It's a fun movie. Terminator Dark Fate.
This new trailer's better.
The new trailer is better, yeah.
We talked about that trailer last week, Mark.
We did, yeah.
Did you just remember?
I did just remember, yeah.
Yeah.
What else have we got?
I'm glad you liked it though, Bex.
Yeah, it looks a lot better. That Michael B. Jordan civil rights lawyer guy.
Oh, just mercy. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Yeah. I watched Michael B. Jordan, Brie Larson, and Jamie Foxx in a worthy movie.
Yeah, not so much Brie Larson. Last time she tried to do a worthy movie, it was fucking Room, and that's shite.
Anyway, going to move swiftly on from that.
Mainly because of the kid. But this looks quite good.
Yeah. I need to go for
Should we do Suicide Squad without you then? No, not Suicide Squad.
It's a 15-second glimpse at a movie.
Right.
It's not a real fucking thing.
I've got to say, considering that was to be specifically trailered in front of it, Chapter 2, why did they do the balloon popping when she said fucking? Just say I fucking hate clowns.
Yeah.
I'm so fucking done with clowns, whatever it is she says.
Yeah. I'm up for it. It'll be a fun film, but I'm growing weary of teasers for fucking trailers.
What do you think about the choice to not make that available online, Ian?
It's like that Nolan teaser, innit, where that's still not available online. They just want people to fucking... I mean, fair play. They want people to see it on a cinema screen. I mean, it is a bit annoying that Nolan one is still not available online and didn't seem to be available in the UK at all. But I don't know. I'm okay with it.
I suppose, like, if it's in front of one of their other properties, it's... I mean, no one's going to go see It Chapter 2 just to watch a 15-second teaser, but I think it kind of potentially breeds a feeling of exclusivity when everything's available everywhere all the time, and this isn't.
No, I mean the thing is, I don't know. It's just a fun little thing to have in front of It Chapter 2, innit? I mean, it doesn't really show you anything apart from like Ewan McGregor laughing. I was up for that.
Which is probably the best bit of the entire fucking little glimpse. Is it made me go, fuck you, McGregor's in this. All right, yeah, fine.
Yeah, I mean, Ewan McGregor's the bad guy. That's great.
Yeah, it does feel a little bit like the Harley Quinn thing is a little bit like the movie people keep forgetting exists.
Well, I mean, it's coming out in like February. It's being directed by Kathy Yan, who is her last film, Dead Pigs, played at LFF last year, and it was in the fucking screener library, and I didn't get to it because I'm a dickhead. But apparently, like, there's been reshoots going on. Like, I want to say David Leitch might be involved in the reshoots, but it's like a big action director is, so there's already a little bit of what's that about it. But I'm you know, Birds of Prey, fuck it. I'll watch the shit out of a bunch of women in comic book costumes having fun and kicking ass.
Why
not?
I'm fine for it. Just show me a fucking trailer, not a trailer for a fucking trailer.
Have you watched the new Jojo Rabbit trailer, Ian?
I have. I am up for Jojo Rabbit. I like Jojo Rabbit.
I do. I still have my concerns.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I don't know.
Making Hitler cuddly. It just.
Making
it
Nazis
just
cuddly.
I don't know.
It just feels like a bad mood. Especially given the fact that the general electorate are clearly dumb. Making a right-wing ideology feel like something cuddly just feels dangerous to me.
I think it's gonna have teeth. You know, I mean,
show them a little bit in one of the trailers then.
But
that's fair.
The teeth will be in the movie. The teeth will be the shock in the movie. But if it doesn't, then I'm a little bit like, oh.
Yeah.
I am looking forward to it in the fact that it's a Taika Waititi movie, and I've liked everything else he's done previously. But I am going into it going, I am very worried about it though.
I'm willing to give it the benefit of the doubt, but
if the finished product paints Nazis in that way at all, I think Taika Waititi will know he's done fucked up. I think it premieres at TIFF tomorrow, so I think we'll probably get more of an idea of it tomorrow night. But I don't think that he's been pretty clear in what this film is. I mean, like, they're calling it an anti-hate satire, and I get the whole making Hitler seem funny kind of thing, which they're doing in these trailers. But marketing is marketing. Yeah, I don't know. And Johansson's kind of getting some awards buzz
I do feel like with
for this as well.
new,
So
yeah, I do feel a little bit with this new trailer that it does seem to be going a little bit like on a not nature versus nurture kind of. Well, yeah, on a nature versus nurture kind of vibe, because like the bit where he's talking to, is it the Jewish girl?
Yeah.
And she's like, "You're not a Nazi, you're a boy who wants to be part of a club," and it's that is it's kind of you're a product of your environment, and if it's going to go along that kind of route where he realizes, hang on, this is all bullshit, then fine, but I don't know, I have reservations.
we shall see. Yeah, I mean, I will say as well, actually. So when I saw It Chapter 2 today, they had a trailer for Doctor Sleep that had Stephen King and Mike Flanagan at the start of it. And then it was a trailer for Doctor Sleep that I have not seen before. There was a lot of Rebecca Ferguson in it. And I don't think that's been in any of the trailers, really.
No, there's not really a lot in it.
No. So, and it looks all right. They're kind of it basically looks like a large part of it takes place in the remnants of the Overlook Hotel, which I don't know whether the book does that or not, but I'm very uneasy about Doctor Sleep, but I trust Mike Flanagan, and to be fair, I trust Ewan McGregor as well. That dude only seems to make choices if he really wants to make them at this point. So we'll see, but I'm assuming this trailer will be put out wider in like the next week or so, and I don't know. It also Mike Flanagan called Cineworld Cineworld, which really bothered me. But, yeah. But it was a good trailer. I'm cautiously optimistic about Doctor Sleep at this point, but we'll see. I also the trailer for The Two Popes, the new Fernando Meirelles film starring Jonathan Pryce and Anthony Hopkins, which looks really funny, and I wasn't expecting that, and apparently it's really good and funny. So
that does sound like it could be a fun ride, those two bouncing off each other.
Yeah, that kind of just looks like what it is, to be fair. So I'm really up for that. Apparently it's on Netflix in December, so that'll be a good time, I think.
Yeah, I'll watch that.
Okay, time check. It is now 10:11, and I'm going to get a drink before we get into It Chapter 2, if that's all right.
Yeah,
Woo!
sure is.
Cool.
It Chapter 2 day, woo!
I'll be back unless you guys want to like start off with like the synopsis or anything. I don't know. It's up to you though.
It's not it's your. This is.
Oh, I feel like we should wait. I feel like we should all be here for this special moment.
All right.
Okay.
We'll jabber then.
Let's jabber about.
All right.
It's hot tub week next week.
It's hot week.
What we taking?
What's the time machine?
Any other particular?
Movies.
Yeah.
Not decided yet.
No.
Some though. Probably some.
And what's the criteria?
It has to be the sort of thing that'll be on ITV2.
On
any day.
any day.
On any given day, yeah.
On a hot tub weekend was the first time we were introduced into any kind of Bake Off culture, wasn't it?
It was indeed, actually. Yeah, we watched the
binge watched some Bake Off
masterclass because they were on like BBC Two or something like that. Yeah.
I miss Mary Berry.
I can't watch Bake Off anymore because
Fuck Prue Leaf.
Her who literally at one point I read an interview that said she didn't really like baking. Like, what? And yeah, Noel Fielding, no.
I don't actually have an issue with
I'm
Noel
a big fan
Fielding
of him.
on it. Although he looks like it just Noel Fielding but swollen.
Yeah.
Which is concerning.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of Sandy Toksvig.
I've never been a big fan of Sandy Toksvig, but
and Paul Hollywood, he's just sleazy.
He is coming across as quite sleazy nowadays, isn't he? Yeah, I think without the berry there to
temper it.
temper it a little bit.
Did you know, Mark? Chocolate. It
Melt
will melt in a child's
It will
pocket.
melt in a child's pocket. Yeah, it will. You don't need to fire that shit up, no.
No.
Nope.
Don't need high heat on chocolate.
Don't need high heat, so melt in a child's pocket. Put that shit in an adult's pocket. Nope. Just in a bath forever.
Do you remember how to make a Mary Berry Genoese sponge?
I do not remember how to make that.
What's she doing now? What's she doing?
Sick.
She's drinking gin, watching Bake Off and laughing.
Drinking gin and watching Bake Off.
Mary Berry.
Ah.
So are you back?
I'm back. Right, let's do this.
So I would just like to mention before we actually get into the review of it, chapter 2, that we obviously went to see it at View. It was opening day.
Yeah.
Went to the second screening of it at 8:30, and we got there, toddling along to our screen, and there's someone outside the screening just dressed up with a helium red balloon as a clown.
Yep.
Oh shit.
So that was fucking freaky to start off with. But then, you know, when you're actually in the screening and someone walks down the aisles to make sure no one's recording, it was the clown person.
Was it? I didn't notice that.
God, Isabel freaked out.
I did not.
You know, so we took our 15-year-old daughter to see it because she's 15 now. And after so we were on the front row on the right-hand aisle, weren't we?
Yeah.
And Clown Lady walked with her balloon.
I did not notice this.
Down the left-hand aisle to the front, staring at people as she went, turned round, just fucking stared for a bit at the crowd, because it was pretty fucking packed, wasn't it?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Because I was watching the damn film.
Sinisterly at people for a bit, and then walked back up. So for the rest of the movie,
magnificent.
you know, you kept looking
That's
at
pretty great.
because she kept looking over her right-hand shoulder. She
Yeah.
was looking for the fucking clown. She said to me before the screening started, what if it's not actually an employee? What if it's just some mental that's going to come in and start, like, killing people?
Or kill Isabel.
No, but, like, I think I was a bit like, no, mate, what if it is? Like, what if it's just some fucking weirdo in a clown suit that's just, like, pretending to be an employee and they're going to come in and kill everyone? It added to the, like, scariness of the screening.
Yeah, I just thought it was something Warner had done.
Well, clearly it was, but it could have not been.
I mean, not really.
You hear about people getting, like...
But you don't.
You do.
No, you don't.
You do. There was
No.
that shooting in the cinema screen in America.
One.
Yeah, well,
Like, a number of years ago.
it could have been a thing.
No.
It's not like the security's high.
Shut up.
But yeah, that was good. That was a good little touch.
Nice.
Mm.
I didn't have that today. I had my assigned seat. I got to my assigned seat, and that was in the super screen in Cineworld, and it wasn't busy. My assigned seat, and literally right next to it were two guys. And it's just like, guys, fucking, there are so many fucking seats here. I know I bought my ticket before you, so you either specifically chose to sit next to someone, or
you have to do that.
Or and it's just like fucking fine. So I had my usual bloody 20 minutes of anxiety about shit. Is someone going to come in here and ask me to move? Oh god, it won't be as bad as it would never be as bad as Mission Impossible Fallout, where it was just a bunch. I've already said this. There was like a bunch of Japanese students, just like all in a row, and I was supposed to be right in the middle of them.
Oh shit!
And I actually said to them like my seat's there, because it was quite a busy screening as well. It was like my seat's there, and then they all like literally like, instead of just going to whatever their seats were actually supposed to be, like they literally all just kind of like moved up one so I could sit in that seat. And I was just like, look, you know what, don't worry about it, because otherwise it would have been me just in the middle of a bunch of fucking like foreign language students. So I just had like a really shit seat. So apparently the rule of the story is I pick really good seats and I need to get to the cinema earlier.
Yeah, it would appear so.
Even though I got there 5 minutes before the ads even fucking started today, and these two jokers are already in the fucking seat.
You want to go to the front row, Ian? No one ever goes for the front row.
No.
No one can annoy you if there's no one in front of you.
Yeah, but that fucking film was 2 hours and 47 minutes long. That's not happening. Rambo Last Blood at a lovely 89 minutes long, sure.
Why?
It's
Why?
89 minutes.
Why does the length of the film
You're
matter?
looking up there, aren't you?
Neck crane, innit?
Yeah, but you just scooch forward a little bit and you see and put your neck back.
Yeah.
I'm not buying it.
I crashed my car. Seriously?
Yeah.
Man, I hear you. I mean, my heart was literally like pounding right out of my chest.
I thought it was only me.
It was like pure
Fear. It's fear.
Why'd we all feel like that, Mike? You remember something we don't you, Mike?
Something happens to you when you leave this town. Farther away, the hazier it all gets. But me, I never left. So yeah. I remember all.
It Chapter 2 is directed by Andy Muschietti, and it stars James McAvoy, Jessica Chastain, what's his name? Bill Hader, Bill Skarsgård, all the kids from the first one, the creepy doctor, pharmacist guy from the first one, and other people. Peter Bogdanovich is in it. Stephen King's in the motherfucker. So Xavier Dolan is in it. So It Chapter 2. It's 27 years later, and Pennywise is back. He's hungry again, and Mike calls the losers back to Derry. They don't seem to really remember, but they quickly realise that Pennywise is back at it again, and they must enact the ritual of Chud in order to get the Pennywise to fuck off forevermore. So, Bex, let's go. What do you think of it, Chapter 2?
I really fucking loved it. And I know it's different for me than you guys because I can fill in some of the blanks that have probably been left by the movie with stuff out of the book and go, oh, well, yeah, I know that doesn't make any sense, but I know it's because of this. But, yeah, the things that were the same were great. There's bits that are included, like the segment with Adrian Mellon getting killed at the start of the movie that were left out of the miniseries that I actually... It really bothered me that they left that out of the miniseries, and it felt like a little bit of, I hate to use the phrase, but straight washing in the TV miniseries to have left that out, because it is quite an important part in the book, the murder of Adrian Mellon, because in the same way as the Derry version of the KKK burning down the Black Spot is an important segment of the book, because it's like I was saying to you guys earlier, it's taking prejudices of the time and dialing them up to 11, yeah. Because the evil that is within Derry, because of it being present even when he's dormant, it's causing exaggerated reactions to things, like the burning of the Black Spot, which it alludes to in the first film. Explain it, which again is what I'm saying. It's like you can fill in the book, but if you haven't, it's skimmed over. But the murder thing, it's just homophobia that would have maybe been a bit of pushing around and a bit of verbal abuse ramps up to 11, and he ends up getting put into a position where he's on his own, and Pennywise obviously takes him. And I might be misremembering, because I know there's quite a lot of gory bits in the book, but the Black Spot bit and the Adrian Mellon murder are described in explicit detail in the book, and they are really quite hard to read. So I think that's for a reason. Like the bits with the kids, they're not great.
Is it essentially almost like a telling off Stephen King? He does that, and he's quite a liberal thinking man. Was it a little bit like him in the mid-80s highlighting the stupidity and the
I think it's a little bit that, and I think it's a little bit because the people involved being murdered were not kids.
Yeah.
So he could kind of go all in. I mean, and don't get me wrong, there are problems with that book. The whole prepubescent orgy situation, it is a good job they left that out of the film, because it doesn't play well to. I mean, even when I read it at the time, back in the day, it still was like, this doesn't feel right to be in here. It feels out of context. But I think because it's murders of adults, it's felt a little bit more comfortable going all in on them.
That's fair.
But yeah, I mean, that opening segment, I mean, it starts looking strong. Like it goes, this is not going to be a fun movie to watch. And I think it kind of goes not down from there in terms of quality, but it starts. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. I mean, that's horrible. That first bit. It's a horrible watch. Yeah. They've pared it down a little bit from obviously the source material, because Adrian is quite combative, more so in the book, and more kind of
gay.
I was going to say flamboyant, but then I didn't want to be offensive to anyone. But yeah,
stereotypical.
Yeah, in the book. Yeah. But yeah, I think it kind of goes, right, this is going to be quite a violent movie, so we're going to like just kind of get you in with this and then take it down a notch. And then you've had that, so like everything else won't seem quite as like nasty. But yeah, there's things that they've kept or that they've brought back from the book that weren't in the miniseries that I'm glad that they did, and there's things that they've changed, like the ending being different is honestly it had to be. This is what I was saying to you last night, that the ending of the book would not translate well to a screen. It just wouldn't. It would seem stupid, and there's bits that kind of seem a bit stupid initially anyway, like the bit when Beverly's in her old house and the old lady's scuttling around naked in the background. Like people were laughing at that, and then it kind of all got a bit like real, and she was all up in the screen, up in your face, and the laughing stopped quite quickly.
The audience that was there was largely made up of 15 to 17-year-olds though.
It was, but I didn't think it was a bad audience.
That was a bad audience. I'm just saying their nervousness to laughing at an old naked lady could be explained of that.
But I think part of it is that was an intentional thing.
Her
naked in the background, it was kind of funny until she was there with all the fucking.
I think that, because I don't think you're expecting that element of it, which will come to later on. Sorry.
I'm glad that they included the bit with the Paul Bunyan statue. That's not in the miniseries, and that is in the book.
Yeah, I don't think it would have been done in the miniseries.
No, they wouldn't have had the
technology.
Yeah. But I missed that out of the miniseries.
It's quite a poignant thing within the book, is it? Quite a big.
Well, yeah, because Richie always denied that he'd ever seen anything on his own.
Really?
And it's a bit where it goes, oh, okay, this is all just bravado. And he'd seen that on his own. And that is Richie's experience when he goes back as well. I think, yeah, I genuinely expected that they wouldn't do the Stanley bit. I thought they'd change that.
They would kill Stanley?
Stanley killing himself.
Oh, they had to do it.
They could have changed it. They changed other quite significant bits.
I don't think they could have changed that.
To be fair, I could have probably have done with one of the other fucking losers killing themselves as well, just to cut some of the run time. So it kind of makes sense that they did that to me.
They've had to completely rewrite the fucking movie. if they know what is it had him surviving.
Well, I mean, the ending of number 1 is a complete departure from the book.
No, but you can't, if you insert another character that isn't there at all, you've got to change everybody else's character's interactions.
Well, they missed out a very important character.
What is his wife?
The bike.
The bike? Well, we'll get to the bike later.
What else? The one thing I do... Sorry, I will stop in a minute. The one thing I do wish they had put in it was... there's a really good bit in the book where Stanley gets kind of trapped in the Derry standpipe, and he's hearing loads of voices and stuff, and there's calliope music playing, and it's a really creepy bit in the book, and they missed it out. Obviously, they've missed out of this one because Stanley wasn't there as an adult, and they've missed it out of the kids one because they've kind of segmented it into pre-first encounter at Newbolt Street. Then there was that big gap which they filled in this movie between them, that and them coming back together again to fight him again when Beverly gets taken. So they've kind of restructured it anyway, but I do kind of wish they had included that bit instead of the bit with the painting for Stanley, wasn't it, in the first one?
Yeah.
I wish they'd done the Derry standpipe bit instead.
That's an argument for the first rather than the second.
Yeah, no, I'm not arguing. I'm just saying that if because he wasn't present as an adult, they would have included that probably as one of his flashbacks. But yeah. Anyway, I'm done. Go on. You're doing the whole like wrap it up kind of thing that people do at the Oscars. So someone else can have.
No, I wasn't doing that. I was just saying you're getting into bits that we usually do after we've done our initial thought.
Okay.
And get more deeply into it.
Yeah, Mark, go.
I'm wrapped up. You can do your bit now, bitch.
Fuck you. It's very long.
I don't feel it.
I know it didn't for you, but I
could watch more.
I was. It's very long. I wouldn't at any point say I was bored of it, but I was starting to go, is this going to end soon? And then it kept going. I feel like a little bit that Machete got a little bit high on the smell of his own farts, to use a bastardism. It was very indulgent, and there was a lot of it where you're going, if you're going to include all this, you're lingering too long on bits. You're repeating yourself an awful lot as well.
I will just say, sorry to interrupt, if this was shot back to back with the first one, this would not be 167 minutes long.
No, it wouldn't. I had issues with some of the way that the young Eddie, the young version of Eddie, acts in this feels like a completely different character to the young Eddie in the first one. Whenever there's the young Eddie in this one, he's very aggressive. And it felt out of sync.
Like when?
Yeah, I didn't get that from it.
The bit where, for instance, where they first go into the ground house thing that he's made, clubhouse. There, he's just essentially effing and blind and swearing and getting fucking angry about everything, and he seems very aggressive in it.
He's super germaphobic.
But it was a more jovial affectation in the first one. This was like severe fucking angry fucking paranoia. What the fuck is that? Why the fuck are we down here? And it was a bit like, whoa, chill the fuck out. And but he was a bit like, it's right, he was just very aggressive. He felt like a different character. But also as well the fact that they looked completely fucking different.
Well, I mean, they're older, aren't they?
It is, that's fine. But then don't lean so much into flashbacks.
Yeah.
No, I mean, to be fair, it was good to see that the kid who plays Ben, like, has lost a bit of weight. I just felt good for that kid. Like, he didn't seem quite as chunky as he was in chapter 1.
He didn't, but did you notice that CGI'd his cheeks a little bit more to round him out still a little bit more? So he looked a little bit like one of the fucking chipmunks.
But like their voices were all a bit deeper as well. Like, just you could tell.
It was.
Sophia Lillis has gone from looking a little bit older than them in the first one to significantly older.
Which makes more sense because she's actually younger than some of them.
But she looks.
But she looks older, yeah. But yeah, it was something that was a bit jarring. I don't like the fact that Bill treats his bike like shit.
Yeah, see, it's hard one, that. I mean, again, harking back to the book, and it's not the point, but he doesn't in the book. He's really quite reverent of his bike.
Yeah, that's it. But he literally just gets it and then literally just slings it at the fucking side of the road whenever he can.
Paid $300 for that fucking bike.
Which when, in the great scheme of things, it really isn't that much for a bike.
No.
But yeah, I like the fact that it isn't afraid to be silly. I like the fact that it's quite comical. The Pomeranian bit is fantastic.
Yes.
Bill Hader's delivery of that is great. James Ranson's delivery of that entire character, I think, is very good. But again, he's quite aggressive at points.
Is that the guy that plays Eddie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I think all the performances are very strong of the adult versions, apart from Mike, who he does play a little bit crazy man. Which again, I think he's supposed to, but it just felt a little bit odd. But then, a lot of the time while I was watching it, I was thinking, is that in the book? I need to ask Becky if this is in the fucking book. So the opening game bashing scene, essentially. Yeah. And I didn't like it at the time, because I thought, this can't be in the fucking book. And then when I found out it was in the book, it's like, do you know what? If it's in the book, yeah, fine with it. It's quite it's a well done scene, even if Xavier Dolan can't act for shit. But then the whole Indian fucking ritual thing, I was thinking, I'm not sure if this is what is it. And was actually wanting to tap Becky and go, the Indian ritual thing, is that in the fucking book? And when you said to me, no, it's not.
Not like that.
Not like that. I was a bit like, right, that seems a bit mad for that.
But in the book,
I don't care.
Madder.
I don't care. If you're going to change a mad ending, right, don't change it for something that's almost as mad, but not quite. And yeah, I still think Bill Skarsgård gets criminally underused.
Mm-hmm.
Because
I did like the bit though when Bev goes around to the old house and he's there, unmade up as whatever his name is. I can't even remember what Pennywise's actual name is, but as him getting made up as a clown.
Yeah, that was fun. That was
really
the most unnerving thing in the what is it? And I was thinking, he's been so good in this, and has been such a touch point for it, but he's been underused because they got convinced that it was the other characters were the compelling part of it, but the fact that he becomes a thing that scutters around making a weird face as a big CGI monster at the end of it going whoa, whoa, just felt really underused. And then we need to get to the hatch bit, because then Pennywise has to become small, and if he's small, we can, what is it? And he'll follow us in there and become small. And I'm watching it going, no, that doesn't make sense, because right now he's battling to get through a small gap to get to you.
I did think that, yeah. Oh, and then they were like, oh no, but let's make him feel small.
Yeah, and then it's like,
I didn't like that.
That was a bit like, oh, come on, guys.
The thing that bothers me about that is that it's so similar to the end of chapter 1, where it was like the end of chapter 1,
Yeah.
it's basically they're not scared of him. Okay, fine. So essentially, they realise that he is insignificant, and in chapter 2, it's making him realise he's insignificant.
But then they're doing that, and it's like, well, we're not scared of you. What is it? But then when he does jump out at Mike at the end bit and has a bit of a scary bit, they do all shit themselves.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Oh, I meant to shit themselves, but I'm just at it.
I'm done anyway.
Is it shit? No, not at all. It's a really well made, put together film. But this film doesn't need to be nearly fucking 3 hours long. It just doesn't. And if it did need to be 3 hours long, right, make fucking 3.
Well, they did toy with that, didn't they?
Then do it. It just. I also. I promise I'll stop shitting it because I don't want to shit on it because it's not bad and I feel mean doing it. And I can come in. We can do even all the really positive bits about it. But the end of it, where they're all cycling, you've got the bombastic music. I'm going, have they earned this in 2 movies? And I wasn't quite sure they had. But then there's loads of other little inflections that I really liked. The fact that, and I will get you speaking to me, Ian, I promise. I was tapping you, going, look, fucking look, when you get the Bill bit at the end. When he's at the end, he's writing the story. And I'm tapping you, going, look. I'm just going, what? It's the fucking writing room from Stand By Me that Richard Dreyfuss is in. And you were like, oh, God, shit, it is, yeah.
Look at the view out the window.
Look at the view out the window. And stuff like that made me go, this is brilliant.
I loved the shit about Bill not being able to end a story.
That felt like Stephen King, like them saying to Stephen King, are we okay to put this in? Him going, yeah.
Stephen King can end the story. It works. The ending of it works in a book. It just, I would love someone to be able to stick the landing on an It movie.
Wait. That's my issue there. If you're going to make an It movie, make an It movie. Don't make 2/3 of an It movie and then make an ending that still isn't great. You're a self-fulfilling prophecy. Ian, go.
Yeah, I mean, it's... The thing is, like I said, I think that if this film was shot back-to-back with the first one, it wouldn't be 167 minutes long. It wouldn't have Stephen King in it, even though I thought that bit was fun. It wouldn't have Peter Bogdanovich in it. It's like... I love that. It's like you're going to get fucking guys to play a director. Yeah, Peter Bogdanovich, he's a pretty fucking good here as a director, you know. So, I mean, that's the thing. I enjoyed that, but it is fucking indulgent. You know, you've got the bit where the Stan head turns into essentially the creature from The Thing, and you actually have Bill Hader saying, "You've got to be fucking kidding." I mean, I was willing the film to do that, and then it happened, so I was quite happy with that. But it's a film that costs more than twice what the first did, and I realised that there are certain actors in this film that probably got fucking paid, and I'm fine with that. If Chastain, McAvoy, and Hader again, to be fair, they're probably all relatively getting a payday from this film, but if they're getting paydays, then good on them. But it also feels like they just went, okay, we're going to really fucking go for the CG horror in this one. And it really, the horror aspects became quite dull relatively early on here for me. There was an awful lot of build up to scare, build up to scare, build up to scare, fake scare, 1, 2, 3, you know, there was a lot of that in this film. Like you could kind of set it to a fucking timer at times. And just the CG creations, you know, okay, great, there's an eyeball on the fucking table. All right, fine, the old lady's a big fucking tall thingy now, great. It just, the first one, which I rewatched earlier this week, there are CG augmentations to it, But I think it is maybe just the fact that it's kids in peril that like got me more. Like I thought the bit where the girl with the birthmark on her face, that sequence was torture for me. Because she actually calls him out on it early on, and then he pulls her back in, and it's horrible, and it's obviously meant to be horrible, and it's very effective. So you've got that bit. Yep, fair enough. That had me. It was horrible. But then like the Georgie in the fucking storm drain, I don't know. It's just like, all right, it's not Georgie. We're just waiting for the thing, and okay, fine. There's a load of hands. Great. I just, yeah, I'm not into it. And there wasn't, as you were saying, Mark, Pennywise is basically turned into a CG creature with a funny face, or it's really big. It's not Bill Skarsgård for most of it. It's, and I mean, even the bit with the statue coming to life, it had a plasticiness to it. I thought the CG in that sequence was not great because it didn't have the kind of the metallic heft of what that statue would be to me. It just felt like a big plastic toy.
And I just raised something on that.
Mm.
It's supposed to be a big tacky plastic statue that they have in Derry.
Yeah.
It's a big plastic statue.
Yeah. It's like this big. It explains it again better in the book. It gives you more context, but it's this big, tacky, super colorized statue thing that they've got.
Right. I mean, so fair enough. This is a thing that, I mean, so obviously we were talking about it, well, not obviously to listeners, but we were talking about it on WhatsApp earlier on, and you were filling in a lot of the context, which was great. And certainly with the kind of like the amping up the antagonistic aspects of Derry as a whole, in terms of explaining why the attack scene at the start was quite as fucking harsh as it was. It just, there's an awful lot of stuff there that has to be explained by, well, it does this in the book, and it's like, okay, that's fine, but if you're not explaining that well enough in a 2-hour 47-minute long film, then I think you've gone wrong. And the thing is, there is stuff you can cut out, like the fucking Bowers, is it the
Henry?
Yeah. He literally served no purpose in this film. I mean, okay, like one character stabbed him, and then someone said later on, it shows how brave you are, but that's really all it is, because he has the flashback sequence early on, and then him in the psychiatric institute, him killing like the wardens and whatnot, and he gets 2 attack sequences where he gets beaten in both sequences, and in the second one he's killed. It's just like, you take that out, you've not really taken all that much out, apart from a good 10 minutes of screen time, which, if you're going to make this film be as long as it is, maybe bring some of that other stuff like to life a bit more. Also, the whole Richie's secret, all the way, like, as soon as Pennywise is like, I know your secret, it's okay, what's his fucking secret? What's his secret? And then it's, oh, he's gay.
Which I didn't get at all. That fucking completely passed me by.
So when he went and put the E on the bridge, what did you think he was?
Brolos. I said to you, Brolos.
On the kissing bridge. But then it doesn't call it in the kissing
bridge.
Doesn't
call it the kissing bridge. What is it? Brolos. I just thought they were Brolos.
They were not Brolos. Well, I mean, they were,
go
as far as
Brolos.
Eddie was concerned.
Well, there you go then.
But Richie was holding the torch.
But I
agree with you. I agree.
For a start off, that's not in the book, is it? It's not in the book. Right?
I was reading about it today, actually, because I was a bit like, hang on, where the fuck have they got that from? Why have they gone along that route? And I was reading something from Mrs. Muschietti.
Yeah.
Whatever his Mrs.
Producer, yeah.
That she's taken a segment from the book where, when Eddie's dying, Richie, quote marks, caresses his face as he's dying, and taken that as, well...
Well, yeah, straight and catch your empathy.
Yeah, and
Okay.
run with it. And it's like, I'm sorry, that didn't need to be in there.
No problem with the
No
character.
issue with it, but there's no build up to it. It's just kind of, this is where raw dogging came into our conversation earlier. It just fucking, it's just there.
Yeah, but
No invitation for it.
But the thing is,
There's no prep for it.
The thing is there, right? I didn't pick up on that at all. Didn't get it. Just Brolos to me.
Brolos,
Yeah. But then...
So all the kind of truth or dare, Richie, what about your big secret thing that Pennywise kept saying to him? What did you think that was?
Thought it'd get revealed at some point. Didn't realise it's that. Thought it was just one of those things. Just went.
I mean, that's the thing. And it's just like, if that secret was revealed, I don't really get the sense that any of the fucking losers would have been that bothered by it.
No. It's... Yeah, the thing is, when you told me that, I was like, oh, right. Oh, why? Well, it seems...
It's so superfluous.
It's like... It is a minor problem with this film is it's another where they've gone, right, we've got this, why don't we put this on it as well? And why don't we put this on it? And why don't we put this on it? It's like, whoa, you're putting too much fucking... It almost got crushed under the weight of its own creativity.
I mean, if you're going to force me to see negatives with you boys' negative attitudes, which you've both clearly got, because you're both fucking party poopers, there is issues that I have with it. That is one of them. That was unnecessary. And there's bits that it doesn't earn from lack of context, like the bike. The bike is a big deal in the book, and it makes sense when he goes back and he buys it from the second-hand store, and he uses it to save Eddie, I think, as a kid in the book. He uses it to save Eddie when he's having an asthma attack, and I think he uses it when they escape from the mummy or the werewolf or the leper or one of them. He uses it. It might be the leper. When they're kids, and then he uses it to save Audra after she gets caught in the deadlights as an adult in the book.
Who's his wife? Yeah.
It's his wife, who you meet briefly in the film, but it doesn't earn it. It doesn't earn that emotional attachment in the film, because you've not got that context of him having Silver as a kid and being such a massive part of his life and being such a part of him. There's this whole thing where he starts doing these suicidal runs down this massive hill in Derry after Georgie gets taken, to kind of he's riding to beat the devil, I think is how it explains it, and he's riding so fast and the wind's rushing so fast past his face that he just forgets about it. And it doesn't have any of that in the film. And also, like, the Beep Beep Richie thing, that's a big deal in the book. The Beep Beep is what... It's
a throwaway line for Jackson movie.
Beep Beep is what they say to shut him the fuck up when his mouth's running away with him in the book. And it all literally, like, that's all you get is one context from...
Which didn't even make sense in the context of what it said.
Because it has no backup.
I was wondering what the fuck that was about, to be fair.
Yeah. See, luckily, I knew what that was, so I was waiting for it to arrive. And then when it came at that moment, I thought, that's not a Beep Beep Richie moment.
No.
It's all right then. Positives. I've thrown negatives.
You've got some?
I've got a lot of positives.
Okay.
So, it's... The performances are great.
Oh, can we just talk about the casting for a minute before we get into...
Okay, yeah, talk about casting now,
it's some good fucking casting. Just on an aesthetic level,
it's
some good fucking casting.
It's well chosen. I think the actors mould themselves well to it as well.
The only one that I kind of think about, but it's a really great performance, but just on a... He wouldn't look like that as a grown-up kind of one, is Bill. But McAvoy is great as grown-up Bill.
Oh, I could see that.
I could see it, yeah.
But Jessica Chastain, well, they just had to pick a ginger bird. Like, there's probably better fits, but...
I don't think it's better. Who?
I mean, it would either be Chastain or Amy Adams.
Amy Adams looks an awful lot more like a grown-up.
But she looks older than they're supposed to be. In that context.
Yeah,
she's supposed to... Chastain's, and this is coming from somebody who I'm a very big fan of Jessica Chastain and a very big fan of Amy Adams. Jessica Chastain can convey what they're trying to convey with an older Bev, I think, better than Amy Adams, and they're both fantastic actresses.
Yeah.
But I just think
I'm not criticizing Jessica Chastain's performance. I thought it was really, really good.
I think the obvious casting is Amy Adams. The perfect casting is Jessica Chastain.
Can I just say as well, because I want to be positive the rest of this. One other big problem, Jessica Chastain's scene with her husband early on, where it's like, well, shit, that escalated quickly. It's
like that in the book, isn't it? He's a piece of shit.
He's worse in the book.
Yeah.
He beats the shit out of her in the book.
But I mean, it's just like the way that it's like she's fearful of him, and then suddenly just like, do you know what? I'm not having it. Ashtray round the face or whatever it is, and I'm off. I was worried. I was worried that it was going to be like a repeat from the first film, and then it turned out not to be. But at the same time, it just felt a bit like, fucking hell, that really, okay, well, good for you. You know, like it didn't quite connect for me. And again, yes, it's in the book. Does it actually inform her character for the rest of the film? I'd argue no.
The idea of it's supposed to be that she gravitates towards abusive men.
But then as soon as she gets to Derry,
she falls for Ben because she realizes this is the person that I should love.
See, he's perfect casting. Like that's weirdly perfect casting. Like if you took Kid Ben, slimmed him down, buffed him up, and made him older, he would look like that.
Yeah, fair enough. But I did think when they're doing like the older version and they're bouncing into them, and they bounced into Bev and did her little older Bev introduction. When he's when I thought, oh, are they gonna go right? We're not gonna make him abusive. I thought, are they going to do that? That's quite. No, he is.
No, he
abusive,
is,
yeah.
But again, that is how it's written. It's very much like,
that's fine. But you absolutely just felt that they've changed an awful lot. I thought maybe they've gone, do you know what? We've got racism. We've got homophobia. Maybe we don't need an abusive husband as well.
Stephen King loves to write an abusive husband.
Oh, he does, yeah. So, but yeah, quick positive. The casting's all fantastic. I think it. I was wanting to hurry up, but I wasn't bored at any point. But I did want it to fucking hurry up. Bill Skarsgård, when they give him shit to fucking do, is great and he's creepy as fuck.
That bit in the Hall of Mirrors is really good.
It's fantastic. Him just smashing his face against it.
Yeah.
Because I was going, really? A Hall of fucking Mirrors? But then the actual scene is fantastic.
I thought he'd end up saving the kid, and I'm actually really glad they didn't cop out.
Yeah, another thing there, they don't cop out. The kid gets killed in quite a horrific way. The little girl with the birthmark gets killed. You know, it isn't afraid to kill the fuck out of people. And I like the fact that it isn't afraid to kill the fuck out of people. The other bit is people going, a criticism that's been thrown at it is, oh, it's not scary. I'm not sure that they're going for that scary in it. I think they're going for shocking in it. And I'm not sure they're going for scary.
I think they're going for a similar vibe as they did in the first one, which is, and I said this to you when we got out of the cinema, people will criticise it for not being objectively scary, which it's not objectively scary. It is subjectively scary. If you put yourself in those people's shoes, it is scary in the same way the first is. If you put yourself in those children's shoes, being faced with the situations they're in, it's scary.
I was scared a few times.
Yeah.
I swear to fucking God, there's more, that the scares are more telegraphed. The timing of them felt lazier here.
It is a little bit. I think part of that is because I don't think it is focused on the scares. I think he's very focused on the character.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's fair. I think with the first one, I think they needed to do the relationship with the kids, but they also needed to be a scary film. Whereas with this one, you know, I think he already knows that you're in the pocket, so he could maybe concentrate on the things he maybe wanted to concentrate on more. It just didn't feel of a piece with the first one for me.
I also really like the fact that the end that it is outright mental.
Mm.
And I'm going, right, you haven't tried to temper this or make it seem more normal or go, right, this seems fucking stupid. You've still gone for fucking stupid. But I find out that it's not the stupid that the source material is based on. It makes me go, well, if you're going to be that fucking stupid, why not be as stupid as the source material then?
The source material, just to clarify, is not stupid. It just would not translate well.
No. I call bullshit on that, right?
It talks to a turtle.
Right? So, that's better than a fucking juju flask, right? Sorry, right? That is not, it won't translate to the film. That is, the writers couldn't make it translate to the film, and the filmmaker couldn't do it, right? Again, if you think you can make an It movie or a series of It movies, make a series of It movies. Don't make 2/3 of them and then make the fucking rest of it up. I've been positive then, and you drove me back at me negative.
I wasn't meaning that.
I will go positive. Bill Hader is
Richie.
fucking MVP.
He is the standout of this movie.
Bill Hader is the standout in most fucking movies he's in.
But I mean,
it's about time people started appreciating that guy.
But Jesus fucking Christ. Well, you two look great. What the fuck happened to me? Like,
I loved the bit in the Chinese restaurant where the waitress comes in, because that's directly lifted from the book, where everything's going fucking mental. The waitress comes in and everything goes away. But I think in the book, it's still there. They can still see it, but she can't, and they have to act normal. It's not Mike trashing the shit out of the table. That was really funny.
Yeah, it was. It was a lot of fun, that.
Yeah, I mean, the cast are good. I mean, I think McAvoy is maybe a little bit bland, but I kind of think that's the character. It's like he's very. I'm yes, and I'm still suffering trauma because of the death of my brother, and
he's been like directly affected, isn't he?
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, I'm going to go a little bit negative again. The love triangle aspect. I liked the fact that Ben and Bill never really squared off with each other about it, but at the same time, it's like Bill kisses her, Bev, and then the story goes on, and then Bev gets with Ben, and it's like Bill's never. I actually no. It's weird that it goes in that way without any kind of dialogue between Bill and Ben. It's like the Flower Pot Men, because it just seems a bit. I don't know. It seems like they probably have something to talk to each other about, and I 100% like Ben is the right one. You know, Bill is married, and Bill did not do all that shit. But again, it's like as soon as Bev realizes, oh, he wrote me that poem, oh, he's the one for me.
Yeah,
it's more about a memory coming back. Like she remembers all great love from her childhood, which is. But
he wasn't her great love at the end of it, chapter 1. Like, she kisses Bill, and there's in the flashback bit earlier on, she's hugging Bill on the bike. You know, it seems very, very one-sided until it's not.
It's like she's in love with the poem, not the person that wrote the fucking poem.
But it just so happens that the person is now hot.
Hot, which is a terrible message to send to children.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just life.
It's life, yeah, it is life.
Isabel leant over to me when Bill and Bev kissed when we were in the cinema and was like, "I do not ship them." Yeah.
She's a smart one.
She is. She ships Ben and Bevy. God, you're both so fucking negative.
No, I'm
You're
not.
harshing my buzz.
I'm not harshing your buzz.
No, it's a good film. You know, but it's for me, it's not the first. I think the first is a terrific horror film. This one is a good horror film.
The book, when you read it, Becky, is the first act effective, not better than the second act.
It's not done like that in the book.
It's not done like that, but that's fine.
It cut through. But I might be misremembering, but I think it starts off with Mike's call to, and then Stan's memories, and then these other calls to other people, and then their memories.
It's been cut. That makes sense.
I feel like there's so much missing though of good material from the books that they could have put in the movie in place of other stuff that they did for the movie that wasn't from the source material. Like there's bits missing that probably should have been there in preference to stuff that they put in.
That's fair. It's a big book.
It's a really fucking big
book. It's not one of his shorter works.
No.
It's one of his longest works.
Like I love the miniseries. I really do. It has its flaws, but I love the miniseries. I love these two movies. They have their flaws, but I do love them and I really enjoy them. Part of my enjoyment of them probably is because I can go, well, that's that, and that's that. But at the end of the day, anyone that has criticisms of these movies and thinks, well, that's a good story, but read the fucking book.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's always there. It's like it's gone away because these movies have been made.
No, in fact, if anything, it's more readily available.
Well, yeah. And I would absolutely, like, as much as I like the miniseries, as much as I like these two movies, the book is infinitely better than both. But you've got to sit down and commit to reading a £1 million page book.
Yeah. And that's it. I was then thinking, I might actually read the book, and I remembered how thick it is on our bookshelves, and thought, yeah, I won't. Not I don't want to. I know I won't. So I'm not even going to entertain the idea that I might.
Our hardback copy is my mum's hardback copy from when it first came out. It's like an old school hardback copy.
Yeah, it is. It's a sort of thing you could kill a turtle with.
We could mature in the turtle out of the books.
Yeah.
I know, yeah.
Yeah.
He gives advice though.
He does.
Get the audiobook.
No, you're going to cancel Audible. Because you said it was, quote, a waste of fucking money.
Yeah, because you built up like 11 credits.
I didn't finish listening to the Billy Crystal book.
Anywho, the book's always there, book, TV miniseries, and they are great works in their own right.
Are we at a wrap with this then?
I think so. I mean, I hate the fact that I have been as negative as I am, but it's only because I really like the first one.
I do too. Hate that fact.
You're being salty tonight.
Do you know what? Because you've both been fucking really negative, and I really enjoyed it, and I feel like you're just shitting all over something I really enjoyed.
No.
It feels like it.
Oh, fuck him.
No, I'm glad you enjoyed it as much as you did, Bex, and it you know, it is a subjective thing, I think, and like I say, I mean, I think the horror of the first one is more tied to the fact that horror against kids is something that affects me more than horror against adults, but I would also argue that the horror against adults here is more of the telegraphed booze scare than it is of kind of like the manipulation of the situation. Like I said earlier on, the whole kind of like she's the girl with the birthmark is like onto him, and then he says like, well, I don't have any friends because of my face, and then it kind of goes from, and like the way he tricks her, that's scary, and you know, the way that Georgie is tricked in the first one is scary to me. And also, I mean, like the scene in the first one where they're looking through the slides and then it takes over.
That bit is amazing in the first one, actually. That is a really strong scene.
Like, that is great.
Well, the
And
whole point of it is the reason they can beat them as adults is because they aren't as naive, and they aren't as easily manipulated, whereas children are.
which is fine.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just that second act where it's like, right, we're going to do this character finding their token and then getting scared, and
Yeah,
then this one token scared. You know, there's like a half hour where it's just that, and I understand why, but
What they should have done was do one of them who literally just found it without getting scared.
The thing is that this is why the layout in the book works better.
Yeah,
But you couldn't do that without making like a 6-hour movie, because you'd have to do it as one movie, because there's no natural midpoint.
And that's fair. It just makes the film that I watch myself lesser as a result. And is that just a fault of book to film adaptation? Sure, but they still decided to make a film of it, so I still watch the film.
I think they've relied too much on people having read the book.
What was the? There was a bit where I actually jumped out of my seat, wasn't there?
Oh, what was that?
Actually jump out of my seat at one point, didn't
Yeah,
it?
what was that? Oh, it was the cucarachas.
The cucarachas, yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh,
when
what?
when she pries the skirting board off to find her old hidey hole place,
Oh, right, yeah.
Matt don't like cockroaches.
So I literally went, shitty fuck! at the cucarachas all fucking bursting out and doing that. But I still maintain it has one of my favourite bits of cinema of the year so far in it, where when they open the really scary door and there's a Pomeranian there and Bill Hader looks and goes, oh no, I don't trust this guy, I've seen this before. And it's the casting of that dog is magnificent.
He's a good boy.
When Eddie got all that fucking gunk spewed at him by the Thing in that cellar, what was the song that started playing?
God, I can't remember.
There was a specific song. Oh, yeah, because I thought, this is an odd music cue. I need to find this out now.
That just suddenly struck me.
A bombastic 80s ballad or something in there.
Yeah, it was. And just there's some odd little flourishes in this motherfucker that, yeah. But I didn't hate it, and I'll probably watch it again. To be fair, like I'd watch both of them again. I don't know. It didn't have the effect on me of the first one. And I'm sorry for that. You know, I did not go into this film wanting to not like it, and indeed I would say it's definitely not shit. I'll be honest, I think Bill Hader might have been a contributing factor on that for me, because I just really enjoyed him.
Apparently, Juice Newton, Angel of the Morning.
Yeah, it is Angel of the Morning.
Yeah, Angel of the Morning, that was it.
Yeah. Yeah, stuff like that made me go, all right, yeah, this is mental. I'm for this.
Mm. Yeah, I mean,
by the way, last thing I'll say before I do that I've definitely not shit on it. What's the axe dude called?
Paul Bunyan.
Paul Bunyan. Yeah, I fucking love that scene. I love the whole fucking Pennywise sat on him talking to Richie and doing that. I think anything with Bill Hader around it.
And them all dancing in the background.
Yeah,
That was weird, wasn't it?
Those were the bits where it was a set piece, and he seemed more interested in those than the minutiae of these guys. And that transferred, and it gave Bill Skarsgård a chance to be Pennywise. And that's where he's freaky, is it? Yeah, I'm definitely not shit, and I am actually looking forward to rewatching it again. But I think I'm looking forward to rewatching it sat at home rewatching it.
Yeah, I'd like to back them at home.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. You don't need to go to cinema.
No.
But Yeah, I think it's definitely not shit from all three of us, isn't it? Really, just
it's a good film. It's just me and Ian having not read the source material, and Ian not even seen the miniseries.
miniseries. Yeah.
That is mind blowing to me. That you've not seen that.
It's you were able to fill in the blanks so to get more out of it, certainly, easily there. And I think that I was mildly underwhelmed by it, but I still really enjoyed it. It's still high end horror, and it's amazing that you've got $100 million horror movie coming out as like the last big blockbuster of the summer.
Yeah.
And the fact that we're in a packed big screen.
Yeah, it was really
was
big,
great.
wasn't it? Yeah.
You know, I hope this movie is very, very, very successful. Because it deserves to be very successful. And it will, if it is successful, it will lead on to there being other good movies. Whereas if it's not, it will mean other good movies won't get made.
Yeah.
So it's not. It's one of those where you've got to be pulling for it and you've got to be rooting for it, because it is when people say, "Oh, why don't we get this or this or this?" It's like, because you didn't go and see that and that.
Yeah.
Cool. How'd the poll turn out?
Oh yeah, that was it. I knew there was something else. Definitely not shit, 60%. Touching cloth, 30%. And shit, 10%.
Nice. I'm gonna say, shall we do Twitter questions and maybe do what we watch next week?
Yeah, I'm fine with that. It's now burning we have to talk about, isn't there? What we watch.
Bex?
No, I'm good with that.
Just time check 11:14.
Yeah, no, I'm fine with that. Yeah.
No, I mean it's all good. I'm the one who, like you said, can we record tonight? So I own that. I just I think we would probably be better served doing if it's like a 3-hour episode next week, but we start at 6 or 7. That would probably be better, eh?
Yeah, because we're going to probably watch quite a lot this week, aren't we?
Yeah.
Nice. Hot tub.
Oh, the Tantrum will be getting watched, of course, yeah. Right, so our question for you this week is, who's been the creepiest or scariest horror villain for you?
That motherfucker in The Exorcist 3 who comes at the nurse with the fucking garden blades.
Fuck, that's a good shout. When we did our Exorcist marathon thing that we did, I think we talked about that individual scene for about 25 minutes, didn't we?
Ugh.
Because the thing is, had you seen it before when we did that?
Yeah.
Yeah, you haven't. Yeah, it was. Oh, yeah. It's horrible. That it is one of the best shots in cinema.
Bex, have you seen Exorcist 3?
I don't think so.
You need to get on that pre-Halloween.
We'll watch it again. Right. There is a scare in it.
Would they show it on ITV too? Late night maybe.
Late night maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
Could see that.
Could we get away with that?
Yeah, there's a scene in it where I'm not gonna tell you where it comes or anything like that. I'm just saying there's a scene in it where it comes out of fucking no, you won't get it from this. Out of fucking nowhere, that even when I watch it, having seen it a lot of times, still every time makes me go, fucking no, God no.
Yeah.
Rick Kidd at Rick J. Kidd, a tie between Pazuzu in The Exorcist and the head split spider from Carpenter's version of The Thing.
Hang on, did you guys didn't answer?
Oh no, yeah, so you go back to yours.
If we're talking about ones that have had most of an impact, ironically, Pennywise, Tim Curry's Pennywise in It haunted my fucking dreams for a long time after seeing that movie, TV miniseries. And the baddie that, she's not really baddie, well she is, the ghost in The Grudge when she comes downstairs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Stop it.
Mine are somebody else pulled this out. but the actually Ian Dickey said the beast in the attic at the end of Wreck, horrifying.
Oh yeah.
That's a fucking great shout.
That is freaky. My favourite, I don't know because I put scariest. Oh, because I put creepiest or scariest. It's because I didn't want what I didn't mean that was just scary, that scared you. Mine is Candyman, because it's such a freaky psychological. What is it? Essentially this fucking weird, partially race-based fear figure that they also revere at the same time. It's a wonderful creation by Clive Barker.
Is he scared though? What's one he was scared of?
Scared of the fucking wreck in the attic thing. That thing is fucking terrifying. Partially because it's Catholic. It's fucking, That adds to it. Somehow it adds to it.
My thing with The Grudge, I don't know whether I've mentioned it on here before, but Mark was on a training course when he used to work at. I wasn't going to mention the company name, but when Mark went on his training course when he started at Carphone Warehouse, I decided that it would be a really fantastic idea, after terrifying myself watching The Ring when he went on his training course for Films for You, decided that it would be a fantastic idea to watch The Grudge on my own, but with a newborn baby upstairs and just with our really old dog sat on my knee. So I watched The Grudge, but obviously there's the bit where she comes down the stairs and she's all fucking making that noise that Ian was just making, and with her bones cracking and moving all jerky down the stairs. I couldn't go upstairs for the rest of the night. So...
What noise?
Don't do it again, please don't.
What noise?
I'm not doing it. I couldn't go upstairs for the rest of the night. It was a really good job.
What, from The Ring?
No, from Grudge.
What noise?
Yeah, like the bones are making like a weird creaky noise.
What that I was making?
You were just making the weird noise that she makes.
I don't think so.
Don't, Ian, please.
I'm not entirely sure what you're talking about, but okay.
It's a really good job. It was a really good job at that point that Ian had slept through, that Isabel slept through from a really young age, because if she'd cried, she'd have been fucking left to her own devices. I wasn't going up those fucking stairs into that dark hallway.
Andrew Ellison at Hazmat98, Sill in Species. Sorry, shout.
Fair play.
House of Black Lanterns. Whoever the fuck the dude is at the end of Prince of Darkness, shown through the transmission from the future. Good grief, that's trauma.
Yeah, fair play.
Right. And
Andrew Ellison. If that's the Andy Ellison at work, hiya, Andy. I don't think it would be random if it was, but if it is.
And questions for ourselves. At Rick J. Kidd, of course. As we're now at the end of the summer blockbuster season, what are your favourites? Also, barring The Irishman, which is a given, what films are you most looking forward to for the rest of the year?
Can I just raise the point that didn't we just have a whole conversation about leaving these till next time?
No, what we watched.
Oh, was that the one we watched?
Pay fucking attention. What are you doing?
Nothing.
What are you
What
doing?
the fuck's that?
Oh, it's my phone being weird.
Okay.
You're about to play the bone cracking noises, aren't you?
Oh no, it's the stupid fucking Sarah Michelle Gellar one.
You don't want that shit.
Nah, but fuck that shit.
Yeah, go on.
Is that what that's supposed to be? Bone cracking?
Hang on.
Becky's trying to find a clip of it.
Sorry. I was going to play it.
You're going to answer the question, though?
Sorry, what was the question?
You don't even listen to the fucking question?
No, I was distracted.
As we're now at the end of the summer blockbuster season, what are your favourites? Also, barring The Irishman, which is a given, what films are you most looking forward to for the rest of the year?
The film I'm most looking forward to the end of the year, Dolomite Is My Name. Best film of the summer, John Wick 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's right.
Joker. Anticipated.
Yeah, Rambo.
Rambo.
For Last Blood for me. And Joker. They're the two that I'm really looking forward to.
Joker I'm very much looking forward to, sorry. Yeah.
Very much looking forward to Bloodless Brooklyn.
Is that the Ed Norton one?
Yeah, even though
Like
it
that,
got mixed reviews.
I'm 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 looking forward to fucking, gotta say it, Le Mans 66.
Yeah, that's some good press actually. I'm looking forward to that. It's supposed to be very good. It's Jim Mangold who obviously did What Line.
I'm looking forward to Ford versus Ferrari, not Le Mans 66. Just call it Ford versus Ferrari. Why change that name?
Is that what they called it? I thought it was called Ford vs Ferrari.
No, they changed it to Le Mans 66 for the UK.
Oh, that's fucking stupid.
Literally, that is a film that apparently will likely be in the Oscar race. That whenever you see a news report in the in the UK, they're going to have to say Le Mans 66, Ford versus Ferrari, Le Mans 66. You know, it's just like, no, just call it Ford versus Ferrari. It's fine. It's a good title. Like, what is wrong with that title?
So in the US, it's going to be called Ford vs Ferrari. Everywhere else, but in the UK.
I think so. I mean, maybe some international territories, but over here it's Le Mans 66. Because apparently Le Mans has more marketing cachet than Ford and Ferrari.
It's called Le Mans 66 in Poland, Portugal, Spain. I suppose Europe appears. Sweden, Lithuania, France. Yeah. Everywhere else is called what? That's mental, that.
And also, I will say Ad Astra. Like that's gonna be a weird review week where it's Ad Astra and Rambo.
Yes, it is. What's yours next?
Okay.
Oh, this is you got Joker and. What was you said?
I don't know what else I said. Wasn't one? Oh, Motherless Brooklyn.
Oh, yeah, cool. Yeah. There we go. And that was all of our questions for that.
Cool. So, so we'll be talking some more what we watched and whatnot next week. There'll be a ton next week, basically, but that's cool. Main review, big release this week is Hustlers.
Oh, God.
It's been getting some good word. Old J-Lo, potential best supporting actress.
Yep.
Sorry?
We'll see it, won't we?
Yeah, of course.
We'll see it. Isabel wants to see it, so I might take Isabel.
Yep. It's apparently it's good. So I'll watch that. We will do Almost Famous, and we'll do a bunch of what we watched, depending on when we record as well. Maybe the start of my LFFage for the year. So I might have some random shit that probably doesn't have distribution over here, which I can talk about, but hopefully shine your light on. So we'll see. It's always a fun time waiting for that digital screen or library, then going, okay, yeah, I'll watch that random film about a guy trying to fucking get a package to someone because otherwise he's going to lose his job, and it's a comment on the gig economy.
I remember that from last year.
Yeah, I quite enjoyed that. I couldn't tell you what it was called, but I enjoyed it.
DP don't.
No, that should be a slasher film about a fucking like gig economy driver gone mad.
Yeah.
Or DHL.
DHL. Oh, that's good.
Dear me.
Or Yordhell.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yordhell sounds a bit like DHL sounds like the version that somebody would make, and then Yordhell sounds like the version Asylum would make to rip it off.
Yeah. Because DHL 2 would be DP don't.
Yeah. You're just shaking your head.
Oh.
That's...
Oh no! And then instead of Hermes, you could just have Hades.
I do think that we've created a new subgenre of horror movies.
I think you're rabbit holing, boys. I'm not gonna lie.
Yep.
Oh, it's like my Guy Fawkes horror film that I wanted to call Fawkes You.
Yep. I'd watch that.
And it like the tagline would be remember the 5th of December. Which doesn't quite work because it's November, not December, but I still thought it was quite good.
Yeah, it doesn't quite work, but it doesn't need to quite work, does it?
I just remember the 5th of December. I don't know, it's got such a fucking ring to it. Anyway, yeah, we'll talk Hustlers and whatnot next week. Apologies if you wanted some what we watched, but time check, it's 11:27. So I'm gonna let these guys go. I'm gonna go, and we'll speak to you next week. Thanks very much for listening, and have a good week. Bye bye.
Thank you very much, guys. Goodbye.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
There'll be no strings to bind your hands, not if my love can find your heart. There's no need to take a stand, for it was I who chose to start. I see no need to take me home. I'm old enough to face the dawn. Just call me angel of the morning, angel. Just touch my cheek before you leave me, baby. Just call me angel of the morning, angel. Then slowly turn away from me. Maybe the sun's light will be dim, and it won't